Start that over. Oh. Okay. I think we are live over on Twitch from the looks of it. Yeah. Vanna, welcome in. Good to see you. Sarah, thank you so much for being here. Hey, I thank y'all for being here. Seriously. I'm good. Tired, but I'm trying a lot of new things today. And hold on. Stormageddon, thank you so much for the 11 months. I was just checking something real quick over on TikTok. I think we're good. Let me just put this over here. Let me know if you see any technical issues. I really appreciate y'all for being here. Seriously. Did I celebrate Unicorn for Dog Mother's Day? Man. Yes. As a matter of fact, we actually went and saw a movie together yesterday on a Monday night. It was awesome. We've never done that. We saw Civil War, which is really good. Where's the music? Not the music, the audio mixer. Here we go. Okay. Should be good. All right. Yeah. But no, I was on the phone with my mom, FaceTime, for 4 hours. It was absolutely ridiculous. But I appreciate y'all being here. Let me disable some of these videos. Nadia, Vanna, Sarah, Destiny, thank you all so much. I appreciate y'all. I'm trying to get used to streaming again. I swear, I feel like it's been forever. But also, I've been doing a lot of research. I want to grow. I really, really want to grow. So many reasons why. Don't really need to go into them. I think most of you who've been around for a while understand. You know, I don't want this to just be for nothing, and I don't want to be stagnant, and I don't want to just keep throwing things against the wall, and I don't want to keep trying to do the same thing over and over, hoping for different results. You know, I only do that in games like Elden Ring and Tears of the Kingdom. So, with that being said, hey, thank you so much for being first over on Twitch. With that being said, I'm going to be working hard on making sure that every stream has a purpose. You know, that we make progress, just like what we do in Genshin, just like what we did with Tears of the Kingdom, you know, during our first playthrough, just like what we do with Star Rail. I want every single stream to be that way, especially with the fact that they only get streamed three days a week. That's if everything lines up. I'm really pushing myself. It's been really challenging trying to elevate myself in just about everything. I'm trying to take back control and on things that have become out of control. I'm trying to elevate myself at work, trying to elevate my content, and I've been at this for 5 years. Something's got to give. And for those of you that have been around through the ups and downs, just understand that you're like the veins, right? So I absolutely need you. So just keep doing what you're doing by showing up, being part of the community. When we make it, y'all be able to flex and be like, I was there when Wizard had no viewers. I was there when Wizard had only 10 viewers, 20 viewers, 30 viewers, 40 viewers, 50 viewers. Wasn't even partnered, you know, didn't know anything about Genshin, you know, before Genshin, before Tears of the Kingdom, or regardless of whenever you join. So Anything, honestly, just anytime I put out content, if you can, try to watch them all the way through or comment on them or share. The thing is, algorithms are becoming more and more intelligent, obviously. So they know what to push. It's not a fluke that my content is not getting pushed as much as I want it to. It's not a technical issue on their end. It's a matter of me not taking the time to research, how these platforms work. The thing is, you have to always be doing that. I'm not paying attention to the data that comes in that tells me, what is it that people enjoy and why do they enjoy it? And if something did work well, what made that work well? So I've been doing a lot of research over the last couple of days, and I'm trying to make it a habit of taking time every single day just researching, because the thing is, I'm a doer. I feel like I always need to be doing something, and when I'm taking the time to research things, I have this ignorant or naive mindset that, if I'm watching something or researching, I could be doing something. I could be putting out more videos. I could be, doing something at work. There's always something I could be doing, and I'm not appreciating the value of what research can do. So, with that being said, my goal is to make this a milestone year, not just with a follower milestone. That doesn't matter if half the accounts are bots or if less than 1% of the actual followers are part of the community. So that doesn't matter. It matters on the business side of things when I'm wanting to get sponsorships. So I do need to care, but I'm not trying to let it control me, if that makes sense. Just not letting that be such an important metric. Same thing, viewer count is it's something that you don't want to have to worry about. So obviously one of the things you should do, it's a preference thing, is turn that off. So I always have it off on Twitch. It's been off for years. It's on TikTok. At this time, there's not a way for me to turn that off. But I have to care about it. Not to the point where it controls how I behave in streams. For example, if I'm streaming to 20, 30 people, and then I get a big raid and, there's 100 some people, am I changing how I'm, running these streams or behaving? And, obviously it's natural for you to get excited when you know that there's a lot more people coming in, but at the end of the day, you want to be consistent with how you create content. I feel like that is one of my strengths, is that I try my best to put everything out there every time I stream, regardless of how many people are watching. And I want to continue doing that. And I encourage all of you to do that. So if you're strong enough to be able to, mentally to have viewer count on and not change how you are or how you act when you have the fluctuations or the dips, then by all means continue to keep that on. So stuff like that. But I do need to pay attention to it in the sense of, if I'm stuck now in the 20 to 30 viewer range, why? Am I boring? Possibly. But who am I boring? Am I boring people that originally joined this community that isn't into the kind of content I'm creating now? If that's the case, understandable. If I'm boring to the people that actually enjoy the kind of content I'm creating, but not necessarily from me, my content for that category, for example, Genshin Impact, then I need to figure out, well, why is that? Are my reactions boring, or just coming off as disingenuous, or am I not, understanding story enough, or the lore, or am I continuing to show very shallow understanding of the mechanics of the game and being unwilling to learn about it, stuff like that. And if that's not the case, if none of that's the case, then what is it? And that would be where it's important to look at the data to see, well, what moments in these streams, are considered peak moments, and or when people are watching this kind of content, what is it that they care about? Usually it's pivotal moments in story. If they come in here and they watch that, or if they come into like a Genshin Impact stream, usually they're wanting to be able to either play with the other creators, or they're wanting to learn from these creators. So obviously all the top Genshin Impact creators out there, for example, are people that are incredibly knowledgeable and experienced with the game. They publish tutorials, they answer questions from the community, they review character builds from their communities, they keep up with all the latest news, they discuss their opinions or theories about upcoming content. And it is not just Genshin, but that's just an example of stuff like that. So obviously I never want to copy anyone else, and I don't think I would like to think no one ever wants to do that, but I found out that one of the most important things you're supposed to do, or that a lot of the top creators do, is watch Twitch streams. And ironically, I have not been watching Twitch streams for the last couple of years, and it kind of shows now. I'm not interested in trying to become friends with lots and lots of Twitch streamers or anything like that. I don't want that. If I become friends with other Twitch streamers, it's just going to happen organically. We just crossed paths, and we found that there were multiple reasons why we should become friends. I don't want a business relationship. I don't want a scratch my back, scratch yours kind of relationship. I don't need that. I would only need that if I was trying to be like super aggressive with goals and trying to hit them super fast. But I want to be able to have the option to do this full time someday. So I have to take that step back. I have to do more research, and it needs to become a habit. So that's kind of one of the big changes in my life since last time I streamed, which makes it seem like it's been 84 years, but it's just been a couple of days. It's just a matter of the fact that we all have the same amount of time, right? We all get 24 hours in a day. So what are you doing with that? Now, that doesn't mean that you need to make sure every single minute of the day that you're awake at least is productive per se, but it just means that, understanding that if you are not willing to open yourself up to be a student, of whatever trade you're in or career field, or if you're not willing to learn, if you're not willing to grow, not just as a content creator or whatever job you're in, but you have to be willing to want to grow in every way. And that should always be a goal, is to improve at least 1% or 0.5% every single day. So if you're seeing me stream games like this more often and that's not what you're here for, you miss the Zelda stuff, I understand. If I want my Zelda content to succeed outside of streams, then I have to do the research to figure out what I can do with the content that I've created for Legend of Zelda to make it work. Okay, so if any of you have ideas, please share them in the suggestions channel in Discord. on how you think I can make the Zelda content work. Obviously, Zelda is the backbone of this community. Zelda's carried the Twitch streams my entire journey, but it doesn't carry me anywhere else. We had one viral video, thanks to Dreddy Bear, over on TikTok, but that's it. It's disheartening, but where I'm at is because of the decisions I've made up to this point. You know, yes, there's a lot that I have accomplished, and I'm grateful for that, but you have to stay hungry, you know, and balancing, like we mentioned, is always a process, but I just want to grow, man. I just want to grow. Like, we had a huge year last year thanks to Tears of the Kingdom, and ever since we finished Tears of the Kingdom's first playthrough, it has just, it's been incredibly disappointing. Please don't let that take away from those of you that have been here the whole time, though. And if you are in this space, or you have a deep enough understanding of what I'm talking about, then you know what I mean. It's fine if you're not able to maintain a certain trajectory of growth, like, you know, the whole time, but something's got to give. So if I want my content to succeed in whatever it is I'm creating, I want every single stream from now on to have even more value. I want to connect with you all more. And I also want each stream to help me with growing. And I'm going to say this as well. I've learned that clips are so incredibly important. Okay. I try to do this on my own. Sometimes y'all clip for me, and I appreciate y'all. If you don't know how to do it, learn. There's plenty of people that know how to do it in this community. And the next thing, I'm going to give y'all full permission to do this. All right. Should y'all decide to clip for me, don't just clip for me to go back and grab that. If you clip something of mine and you want other people to see it, share it. I think that's the biggest thing you could do for me. And if we have to, and I will say this every stream until I know everyone that's part of this community, like, actively has heard this. Because I've learned that 9 times out of 10, most creators are discovered from moments. I'm not talking about like a feature on Twitch or anything that was called Moments. I don't even know if it's still a thing, but I'm talking about clips. 9 times out of 10, when you've discovered someone new, it's from a clip. And depending on how much that resonated with you will determine if that has garnished enough interest for that person to check your content out. And if all goes well, then they'll have joined the community, and then we'll see people start showing up more. And also, like you mentioned, titles do help a ton. So I'm going to start making sure that my titles in my Twitch streams directly correlate with what we're trying to do. If I'm streaming long enough to do something else, then I'll change the title to reflect what we're doing. If I have to, I'll even stop the stream and restart it with the new title if it helps with that piece of it. I've tried to do that in the past, but you know, I've really fallen off on that. So that's why you're seeing and Devastation. That's perfectly fine. You know, that's the thing. That's the other reason why you put that title in, you put a description in for what you're doing, because this lets people know ahead of time if this is something they want to check out. You know, no one in this community should ever feel like they need to be here for every single stream. Only be here if you can. Not even if you can. Only be here if you want to be here. And that includes the mods too. As long as we have 1 or 2 mods every stream, that works for me. It don't feel like, that y'all need to be here the whole stream. Y'all should know this, but I just want to remind you, we have a really good team. Like, they actually know how to talk to each other. So, that's nice. But with that being said, I'm going to be starting this story quest in just a couple minutes. It's not from the very beginning. I have the beginning part of the story recorded. If I finish this before the end of the stream, depending on how much time, I might switch to Star Rail so I can just start making progress in that. I did want to play Elden Ring tonight because I was really tired. I've been pushing myself pretty hard, not just with the researching and content, but at work, trying to get a raise, trying to get a bonus later this year, trying to just make a bigger impact, trying to get my financial situation under control, trying to do a lot. So trying to talk to people more. How do you do that clipping? Kyle, thank you so much for the hearts over on TikTok, by the way. I don't know how you would clip on TikTok, if I'm honest, but I want to reach a wider audience. I think everybody wants that, but I need to verbally say it just to remind y'all. Well, I'm very happy with how tight-knit the core community is here. But I want more. I want more people. I think that's reasonable. I think that's acceptable. We're not trying to find every single person that likes these types of games that we play. We're just trying to find people that connect with us in the fundamental ways that we need. So just, core values, beliefs, respecting each other, accepting each other regardless of gender, regardless of identity, regardless of religion, regardless of political views, regardless of cultural upbringings, regardless of hobbies, regardless of any of that stuff. Like, if y'all are here, if you're part of this community, if you're in these streams, y'all at least have 1 or 2 things in common, and we're just not going to tolerate any kind of bad behavior, any kind of toxicity. I'm too tired, and too scarred. I have a deep scar from just the bullying that I've dealt with over the years from being in this space. I've experienced more bullying online than I ever experienced in my life, and I'm mixed, so that should say a lot. I'm also grateful that I didn't grow up in this generation, because I don't know. I honestly don't know how y'all handle it. Like, anyone that's in school, anyone that grew up where technology was already booming, like if where all your friends just care about Instagram and spreading rumors about people, through the online space, and I feel really bad. I feel really bad for Zoomers, feel really bad for the alpha generation. There's a lot of new opportunities for them, but there's also a lot more challenges that we just didn't have to deal with. If you're a millennial, you got to see the birth of like Google and the internet. The internet, I think, was originally created in like 1969 or something, but y'all know what I mean. Like 1995, 1996 or something, when internet really started taking off, and millennials, we were part of the birth of Facebook, the birth of MySpace, the birth of Twitter, now known as X. We were there for 2008, economy crashing and the pandemic, and 9/11, all kinds of things, right? So, we soon we're going to be in charge of the world, so y'all better get on our side, all right? If you're blaming millennials for anything, you better start finding out how you can help us out, because if you don't try to do that and you just keep attacking us, then we're just going to control the world how we want to control it, and y'all probably won't like that. So anyways, I'm going to start playing, okay? I'm going to start playing. Look, us millennials, we grew up with the mindset of you need to go to school, get an education, go to college, get a degree, get into your career fields, work 40 to 60 hours until you're 65. Obviously, buy a house, start a family, and, that's it. Now times have changed so much. I mean, people almost laugh at you if you go to college. They're like, why? Why would you put yourself in that kind of student debt? It's like, shut up. Okay, listen. Us millennials were sold the Disney dream, the American dream, right? And then when we found out that we've been told lies, we're pretty messed up, okay? There's a lot of true crime documentaries and documentaries in general coming out that that just provides plenty of examples of what I'm talking about. So anyways, they don't, I'm gonna tell you right now, because of how I was raised and because I'm just sharing my experience, I went to college. I went straight into college after high school, but only for a year. Tried working in retail until I was 25 years old. Finally got tired of that. Went back to school and got my associate's degree in cybersecurity. 5 years later, landed a job at Microsoft, and likely will retire with Microsoft if everything goes according to plan. So I'm still technically on the millennial path that was paved, before I was born. But it's working for me. Got married, got the house, didn't find my passion until I was 30 years old. So I will tell you, one of the biggest challenges that I've had for the last 5+ years is, I've been in IT since 2016. So 8 years, but yeah, 5 years. 5 years into IT, I got the job at Microsoft, but been in IT for 8 years. So, what I will say is, it doesn't matter if you go to school anymore. I recommend it, but you don't have to. Thanks to the internet, there's so many ways that you could succeed. You could become a content creator or influencer. You could become an entrepreneur. You can teach yourself things. You can get certifications. You don't have to go to college anymore. I personally will always encourage you to go to college, but I will also tell you, if you don't go to college, it doesn't mean you're not going to succeed in life. I won't say that. All right. I'm gonna start cheese and reds. Let me drink some water. Take a path into trade. It helps I can edit funny clips so your gameplay for TikToks. You have so many funny moments that would be hilarious. As short compilations, I can push out edits on TikTok daily every other day. Listen, thank you for reminding me. You're going back into trades. That's what I like to see, Stormy. Thanks to my ADD. For those of you that decide to take clips or create clips for me, what I'm going to ask is post those clips online. If you notice, all the top creators, all the biggest ones out there, or ones that are up and coming, they're not the only ones that post clips of their content. They have people that are posting clips of their content regardless. So you don't even have to or run the edits by me. Just and you don't even need to edit it. If you just make a clip from the Twitch stream, or you make a clip from a YouTube video, or you make a clip from TikTok or repost or YouTube short or whatever, just be respectful. You know, don't spread lies about me. You know, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you are doing this to help me. But that could help you discover a passion in this. Maybe for those of you that are just used to watching content, you decide to give this a try, and you start making clips, and you're like, I kind of like editing, or you know what? That wasn't too bad. Maybe I should give streaming a try. Maybe I should try creating content. Next thing you know, you're in this space, and that was the stepping stone you needed to get into this. If you play your cards right, if you get lucky, you work hard, you stay consistent, you become a student of this space, you will absolutely succeed in whatever it is you want to do. And it can become the dream job that you want it to be. 9 times out of 10 it won't be, but it can be. All right, you can absolutely make it your dream job, and it can be exactly what you want it to be. But it's all up to you. So that goes for everyone. Mods, community. If you make any clips, feel free to post them. It doesn't matter what platform. Just put in there in the description or whatever where they can find me, and I would appreciate it. And I really, that's me leaning on y'all for help. That's not gonna dictate or control the amount of content that I'm putting out. This just means that this is literally becoming a community effort, not just with showing up to streams or watching whatever content I put out. You're making a difference. And for those of you that have been able to take away positive experiences from being part of this community, then you understand that the bigger picture is not just helping me grow, but helping us find people that will connect with us where we can make a difference. I will tell you, if you are in a position, whether it's content creation or your job fields, or a group that you're part of, if you know that you have some level of influence, or you have some level of influence, you want to use it for the greater good. You don't want to spread hate. You don't want to spread toxicity. You don't want to spread lies, intentionally at least. And you don't want to try to act like you're something that you're not. So, any advice I give you will just be based on my experience. I won't try to act like I'm a therapist. I won't try to act like I'm a psychiatrist. I won't try to act like I'm a doctor. I won't try to act like I am a scientist. I won't try to act like I'm a politician. I won't try to act like I know what I'm talking about all the time. So, if I try to act like something that would require that you have a degree in or a license, then I'm unqualified, and you should not take anything that I say to heart or as fact. So, obviously, I haven't been looking at chat because if I don't finish what I'm trying to say. Also, I am live over on YouTube. I'm live over on YouTube with my phone. The goal for that is just for exposure. So don't feel like you need to keep that stream up. Don't feel like you need to comment. Literally just watch me on whatever platform that you prefer. Don't feel like you need to have multiple streams up. If you want to watch on TikTok, watch on TikTok. I've changed the layout. I hope y'all are enjoying it. If you just want to watch on Twitch, watch on Twitch. Don't feel like you need to subscribe on all the platforms. Cheese and rice. Please don't do that. I actually feel guilty. All right, just subscribe on the platform of your choice, if you want to. As a community, we can spread good. We've done it before, dozens and dozens and dozens of times, but we can do that every single stream. We can do that every time we put out content. We can do that every time we share content. Let's spread serotonin. Let's spread laughter. Let's spread inclusivity. Let's spread tolerance. Let's spread love. I don't care how cliche that sounds. We've been doing that already. But I want us to keep doing that, and I want us to become more aggressive with it. There's so many of you that have said time and time again, especially during the Tears of the Kingdom streams, how much these streams mean to you. I've never understood that. I always hope to entertain. I always hope that y'all get something of value out of this separate from entertainment, and y'all have, made that clear. I'm not going to try to read into that too much, though, because I might get locked in my head. But if that's the case, if you're getting something positive out of this, you're not here out of obligation, because no one's obligated. And I'm sorry to anyone that may feel like they're obligated to be here. I'm 100% serious. You are not obligated to be here. You're not obligated to only watch my streams or anything like that. That would be incredibly narcissistic, ignorant, cultish, and wrong. So, if you're only here for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whole stream, every stream, thank you. We don't get our time back, and you are choosing to offer your time to me, so the least I can do is just remind you how much I appreciate that. And thank y'all, seriously. Obligated. Came here for the cult, so I guess I need to take my leave. You get back here, Devastation. Get back. No, I'm sorry. What I said was for everyone else except Devastation. You're stuck here. Sorry. Look, life's not fair. I don't know what to tell you. So, anyways, Kyle, Ghost, anyone that has TikTok streams up, anyone that has YouTube streams up, anyone that's here in the Twitch streams, the other ask is to help carry the conversations. If people have questions, and I wasn't able to answer them because I'm so great at focusing on all the wrong things, just keep doing that. And I think that's our mission. That is our mission this year, is to you can help me with getting the content out by just clipping stuff, putting it out there. You can leave it unedited. I don't care what platform it's on, because at the end of the day, people are going to see it. So don't feel like you need to become a video editor. Don't feel like you need to purchase any services or any apps to do this stuff. Just post. I don't care if you post on Twitch. I don't care if you post on X. I don't care if you post it on YouTube. I don't care if you post it on TikTok. I don't care if you post it on Snapchat. I don't care if you post it on Facebook. I don't care if you post it on Reddit. I don't care. Just help me. That is how you can help me. And that does not cost you anything. Not a penny. So that's the other trade-off, is that don't feel like you need to try to show support financially. I have a day job. I have a day job that pays well, and I'll be reminded of how well it pays when I have a full understanding of my financial situation and cut out the expenses that are unnecessary. If I can do that on top of hopefully getting a raise at work, then I'm really going to become dangerous. And also, elephant in the room, I'm probably going to need a new computer within the next year, because obviously you've seen all the technical issues I've run into. I've replaced quite a bit of components on this rig, but the CPU has never been replaced. Don't want to try and replace it on a board that is from 2019. I would just want a new computer, and I'm not going to build my computer either. So that's another thing that's probably going to surprise people. I know how to build a computer. I've done it. I've had to take this one completely apart and rebuild it time and time again. It's not about that. It's just about quality of life. If I go and buy a computer, because I know everything that I need to know about peripheral components to PCs, so I can obviously, if you buy a rig, you can just replace things in them, but the big perk to buying a gaming PC is the warranties, for one. So if anything goes wrong, I don't have to figure out, all right, well, I bought this component from Newegg, I bought this component from Walmart, I bought this component from Best Buy, I bought this component from Amazon, this component actually came from my old PC. You know, like, just, you know, I like everything to be under one purchase, and all I have to do is just maintain it. Okay, that's what I want to do. Everything in my life, I want to make sure I'm just doing what I need to do to improve my quality of life, improve my sanity, reduce my stressors, because I have enough of that just in this house with the 5 dogs and, you know, my wife, trying to make sure that I'm always doing right by her, you know, by focusing on what's important and always trying to show that, you know, how much I care in many ways. And so, yeah. Pedestal, yeah. Absolutely. So, Superman, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Just been on a rant, man. That's what I'm good at. Just talking. That's all I do is talk. It's at you, yeah. Never felt a sense of belonging until I started watching. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you, Sarah. I'm serious. I really am. I'm gonna flip this on you. It's not the streams. You mean a lot to me. I've been here for 3 years. You are the reason I met the owl and the wolf. You are the reason I have a lot of friends I do. You're the reason I tune in and want to help you how I can. You're an amazing, kind-hearted person. And while you're so hard on yourself, know that you're doing a lot of good too. Love you, buddy. Also lean on your machis. We're here to help you. I'm gonna drink water. Love you. Okay, thank you. I don't want to deal with that, okay? I don't want to try to respond to that. I'm gonna lose another 30 minutes. At least. Alright? Cheese and rice. Okay, it's about to be 8 o'clock. I think I could still do this story quest. So for those of you that don't want to be part of this, thank you so much for being here during the just chatting portion of the stream. For those of you that don't mind having this up in the background, appreciate you. For those of you that have not been part of these types of streams, when story cutscenes are occurring, I have everything turned off as far as alerts and whatnot. I don't look at chat because I want to repurpose this for TikTok, for YouTube, and any other platform that I eventually create a presence on, you know, for the sake of relevancy. So, but I will talk in between those moments, and, you know, appreciate y'all. Thank you. All right, so let's start the recording. And all right, cool. We are recording. So let me hide all the sources. We are, let's see where we at right now in this stream. Okay, 43 minutes in. All right, perfect. So we are going to continue our playthrough of When the Hearth Flame Goes Out, which is Arlecchino's story quest. It's the latest one that's been released at the time of this recording / stream. And hold on, let me start that over. Talk slower. That's another trick, by the way. Try to talk slower if you are doing this or want to try this. It helps with editing, you know, because if you talk so fast and you're trying to make sure you sound coherent and whatnot, it's really hard to cut those clips out because you're speaking so fast. So make life easier on yourself. So, all right. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to continue our playthrough of Arlecchino Story Quest. The beginning of this was recorded previously, but this part of the story that we're going to be experiencing is actually a live stream over on Twitch. So, if you like what you see or you want to witness my reaction and the community's reaction live, please head on over to Twitch. Anyways, what I've learned so far with Arlecchino Story Quest is that we ran into her, Lenny and Lynette, and I forgot the other, Fremide. Fremine found a ghost, I believe, a spirit, in the place that we met Nadia, or Nadia's headquarters is in. I already forgot what the name of the place is. And we're trying to figure out her story and also investigate the rumors about Arlecchino, that we suspect that, based on the information we've been given, that she's done some pretty bad things. But for those of you that are knowledgeable about Genshin Impact, you know she is a Fatui Harbinger. They're kind of like the bad guys, but we've already had times where they worked with us, so it's an interesting dynamic, and it's interesting to see if they will always be enemies. That's just my take on it. If that is incorrect and you're one of those Genshin lore people, please let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, where I last left off, I had met with Child and Arlecchino. So you won't see that part just yet in the live stream, but you will see that in the eventual video on YouTube. So I'm gonna hit go to quest so we can warp over there. Sea Breeze Rendezvous, Poisson. That's what it was, Poisson. I'll do cancel navigation just so I can warp over there. And also what I'm going to do is switch my party up. Hold on. Hold on. I want to try to make sure that this is going to run optimally.
You think I've got a sharp tongue?
Yeah, see, that's not how I want it to run. Hold on.
Call it like it is. If someone can't handle it.
Shadow quality does not need to be high. Cheese and rice. Well, that explains. What the heck? Why? Much better. Oh, I was trying to shoot my party up. Now, I will tell you what's really cool, for those of you that don't know, is I do in fact have Arlecchino, and I also have her weapon. So awesome. So I'll put her in the party, and I will put in Baizu.
There's still a long road ahead.
I know. Yeah. Wait. Oh, over here. By the way, Ryan, welcome in. Ghost, welcome in. King Superman, welcome in. Thank you so much for being over here on TikTok. Bex, Jazzy Jazz, Kel Demo, Destiny, Linky, everybody that's over on Twitch, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
Winnie, how did everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clairvy can't go into the sunlight.
Clairvy, the ghost. But what do you mean?
Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished.
Wow.
I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
That's really sad.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... No, it wouldn't be her wish if that were the case.
I doubt she's afraid of
We
sunlight.
could always try pushing her into it.
Are you... Paimon, what? No!
Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked.
You pushed her?
Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back here. How did it go with you, Lynette?
Good. I've got the list. It's right here.
Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look! Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
We can each take a section. Here.
Okay.
La Pouillade, L'Endroit, Chambel, Horaire.
What? Oh. Huh. Okay.
Oh, yikes. That Horaire guy has a huge scar on his face. He's kinda giving Paimon the creeps.
I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission. I still remember him joking with me about it. He said any future lover would take one look at him and then lose all interest.
Dang. That sucks.
Did he say anything else?
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation ended. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but it didn't work. One day, Father asked to see him, and, well, I never saw him again after that.
Wait, so that means the knave,
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of the house. Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. So, if you do try to leave, you pay with your life.
Wow. Solemn atmosphere descends over the group.
Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising. It doesn't seem like this list is complete. It only contains records dating back around 5 years. Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything out? Fremine.
Sorry. I was thinking about something.
Which is what?
I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house was a little... strange.
How so?
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past, times when people haven't gotten along. Chaplot and Filial are a good example of that.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different vibes, and their, interests seem to be pretty different as well.
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here. As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people, that's an identity they never asked for.
Makes sense.
Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But considering the rules of the house, most people would never say that out loud. People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision. They're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filial and Nantoy, on the other hand, well, they aren't quite as enthusiastic.
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like Father is in the dark about any of this.
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have gotten worse lately. Filial and the others, it seemed like they were meeting in secret to talk about something. I can't say for sure, but I think they've met Clairvy.
Uh-oh.
You think she's been inciting them to act out?
No, not exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if she said something to them about the darkness in the house and how deep it runs. She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children. People being used as pawns on the battlefield without so much as the strength to survive.
And they just believed all that? Without any evidence?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is secondary.
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't it?
Whoa. Hold on a second. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh? This is the second time it's come up now.
Yeah, I still don't know what that is.
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrator have been working on together. Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui's strategic plan for the future.
Okay, sounds important.
Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuja.
I like how we'll keep saving these nations, but ultimately lose the Gnosis to the Fatui. It's like literally the most important thing that they shouldn't get their hands on. They keep getting them. Feels like watching the Marvel films where Thanos gets, all the stones. It's like you keep saving the world, but they're still getting the most important thing.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been funneling the house a lot of funding. It's just that we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan, it's an honor in name only. What they're really trying to do is subdue us. The existence of an intelligence organization outside their control makes them feel uneasy.
Looks like the Fatui are plotting something big, but given how little Linny and the others seem to know about it, I probably won't be able to learn much. I should keep a sharp eye out during any future dealings with the Fatui to see what I can learn.
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all of this have to do with the conflicts you were talking about earlier? Paimon doesn't get the connection.
That was a mouthful. Super complicated top secret Fatui business aside.
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying, and that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions.
Okay. A little too much truth there.
I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to normal. But it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filial and the others to their own devices, sooner or later, Father will be forced to take action.
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make matters worse. We should focus on Clairvy for now.
So full circle.
Well,
Got it.
it's getting late. We should head back and get some rest. We'll try again first thing tomorrow. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Make sure they don't do anything they'll regret. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. So we need to rest at the temporary accommodations. But Devastation, thank you so much for lurking, by the way. Over on TikTok. Why does the A button sound like Kim Possible? Does it really? Thank you. Appreciate it. Was like, All right. You know, it's actually very considerate of them if you think about it. They're like, hey, we just made you listen to a lot, so you should sleep. And I'm like, well, thank you.
Oh, Paimon was looking forward to an early night, but she can't sleep at all.
Dang it, Paimon. Ugh. I'm good. Anyone else yawn just now? You get a whole house that's temp accommodation. I know. Let's see. I'm gonna restart the YouTube stream real quick. Yep. Okay. There we go. This. Oh, yeah, here we go. There we go, that should work. Oh, look, if they would just stop yawning in the game, I'd be fine. Cheese and rice. Okay, I think we're good.
Hey, you don't think the knave will be too angry with Linny and everyone if she finds out about all this, do you?
Well, obviously she would be.
She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... Ooh, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler?
I don't know. She has a scythe, so... Look, you've already been hiding behind me this entire time. But I'm actually gonna run, so good luck.
Oh, well, in that case, we should just plan on running away. We'll grab Linny and the others and we can make a break for it as fast as we can.
Perfect. Finally, we're on the same page.
Look over there.
Seriously? What's she doing over there?
Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees.
Okay. Let's go, Paimon. Let's go find the ghost. More radish. Perfect.
The doctor will see you now.
Okay.
Over there.
Puppy? Where'd she go? What the?
Oh, where is she going? Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast.
Okay, all right. Wait, where'd she go? Up here?
Oh, look. She stopped.
Okay. Huh!
Clairvy!
Shh. I opened the window while no one was looking.
You're a ghost.
Look how pretty the outside is.
Wait a second. Window.
If only I could have more than this.
What the?
You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting. It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right?
Well, I don't know if I would say that.
Please, help us get on the same page here, Clary. We need you to tell us what you know. Can you do that?
Sure. Although, after you hear all this, I think you might regret that decision.
Uh-oh.
Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable. Including me. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value, and you're handed over to the doctor.
The doctor!
Experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough.
Man, I forgot about him.
You're saying the knave did all that? It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross.
You know, now that I think about it, I feel like the doctor's story kind of reminds me of Orochimaru from Naruto. And if you can see the correlation or the parallels, let's talk about it. If you don't, you're like, Wizard, you're tripping. Just keep playing. Okay.
I knew you wouldn't believe me. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother.
Mother?
Don't you mean father?
But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand.
Who's Perry?
Harry. There's that name again. Also, Paimon's getting a strange feeling. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us for someone else.
Yeah, well, it is a pretty crappy feeling, honestly. But you know, it happens. A little bit of gaslighting, it's fine. You know, I exist, but whatever, you know? That's how these platforms treat us. It's fine.
Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs someone to talk to. We should keep her company for a little longer. She looks so young, but it seems like she's been through a lot.
It's getting windy. I should close the window.
There's no window.
Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhnaya, you can see the aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty. Even prettier than the moon tonight.
Well, I'd love to see it.
Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together.
Who's this Perry?
But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me, and I'm too scared to face her. What should I do?
After some time, Clary seems to come back to herself.
Paimon really doesn't understand what's going on with her.
Same, honestly.
Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning tomorrow.
Perfect. The night passes.
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
I have a question.
Oh? What is it?
Have the knave and the doctor ever worked together?
What makes you ask that?
It's a yes or no question.
Well, we kinda ran into Clairview last night, and that's what she told us. We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous, and he's done all sorts of bad things.
Paimon sounds different to me. Anyone else see that? Anyone else feel like Paimon sounds a little different? Like, I'm pretty sure it's still the same voice actress, but like, I don't know.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings, but I don't think Father would work with him. We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partnership.
What do you mean by that?
I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with the House of the Hearth. Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one. It had to do with some sort of secret experiment.
Go on.
Secret experiment? Could that be what Clairvy was talking about?
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. That was the extent of his involvement. I still don't think that counts as working together. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the case with the situation Clairvy referred to. I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I am asking you to trust us on this. The House of the Hearth has its own principles. There are certain lines we're not willing to cross.
Alright, that's good to hear at least. Clairvy seems to think the knave and the doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon doesn't know how he would even face you guys.
We'd have to kill you.
It's just that it doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying either. The easiest thing to do would be just ask the knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
Alright, well, let's just focus on the plan for now.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. We'll be counting on you to distract her. Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone. All right, let's get to it.
Okay, so we need to go to the seaside to look for the knave. Oh man. That I can do. About to just warp over here. Oh, you went and said hey on YouTube Live? Thank you so much, Ghost. Appreciate you. Yeah, yeah, see, that's what... Ooh, I like this music. So pleasant. I don't get to hear this music very often because I'm usually playing with the sound off, sadly. So I'm really appreciating this. I'm just gonna change the party.
For justice.
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night?
Yeah, I think I saw a ghost.
A little.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles.
Okay, well, story of my life.
So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
What?
Us? Distract you? Good one. But no, we were just here for a chat.
Yeah, we were gonna ask how you slept, because you look kind of pale, honestly. You've been pale the whole time. Did you even get any sun?
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think.
Uh-oh.
No matter. If you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere?
Okay, sure.
Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
You don't happen to know, like, everything, right?
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be very patient.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now.
Release the bird.
Oh, good idea. Hopefully he sees it in time. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like we have any other options.
Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Linny and the others are on thin ice, so let's do our best to not get them in any more trouble.
Okay. A little nervous. Savannah, you said you need to loop track of this music. I know, right? It's so nice. Question: you can play as your own character, but you can switch to pre-existing characters. Yeah, so you can't really customize the main character. You just choose between Ether or I forgot the female version's name. Does that change the course of the game? Can you play? Yeah. So it does change a little bit. I mean, you go through the same things, but like the animations are a little different if you pick like the female character over the male character. But other than that, story's still the same. Just siblings are flip-flopped.
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait.
That's all we've been doing.
I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
Okay.
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine.
No, I was thinking about child.
Although, there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately.
Oh my gosh, does the knave have a Karen haircut? Is this the Karen haircut? Is the knave a Karen?
No matter. I'm not one to discriminate.
No,
All
she got
those
long
who
hair,
betray
never
the
mind.
house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Up top, it looks like Karen haircut, but you know.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them.
So, listen, there's not any other way that we can solve this issue?
I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives.
Ah, okay. All right, cool.
As for Filial, Nantoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
Dang.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove.
Ah.
If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe.
I'll hold you to it.
Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you.
Oh!
Do try and keep better track of it next time.
I don't, that's not my bird. I don't have bird, I have Paimon, so.
It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it.
I know, I was
permanently.
I was gonna evolve it, but, you stole it, so.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat.
Hey!
Now, for the matter at hand.
Wait a second. I need to know.
I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned.
What? I ain't no snitch. I handle things on my own. Okay? I don't go and run to Linny and tell him everything. Like that bird, I don't know where that bird came from. That bird did not carry all the new information that I just gathered from you finding out about everything so that he can prepare for the next phase of the plan at all. What?
Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
Darkrai, welcome in. Darkrai, I was just trying to lie to the knave. How are you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. Love you, man. Except if you're any of the people she just named, they get out alive, but that's it. I mean, I don't really care about those people, If Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are good, I mean, they knew what they were getting themselves into. Like, that's their choice, Like, it is what it is. Like, life's not fair, Good luck. Fight or flight, know what I mean? Nope. Hate quests. My man!
It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis.
True.
I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
You see, what happened was,
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neuvillette.
hey. Hey, no silent communication here.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean.
Huh. Like the turtle analogy.
Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind.
Ugh.
Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
I mean, of course, like, I'm super smart. I absolutely understood the reference. Like, you know, Paimon, you should really go to school, you know?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's drained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
Wait a second. Is the knave trying to pawn off one of her children to Neuvillette?
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine. And, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing.
Huh, you really sold that.
Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
Yes, ma'am. Bye, Nuvi! Your children. Arlecchino has joined the TikTok stream. Yeah.
So, exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind of irrigation scheme.
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Oh.
Lenny, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay. Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Shut up. The knave may seem relaxed, but she didn't seem to be joking earlier when she said those who betrayed the organization must pay with their lives. I think she's serious about punishing those kids. How should we stop her? No. There's something else we should figure out first. While we were talking in front of the Palais Mermonia, she mentioned Clairvy's name. Does that mean she knew where Clairvy was this entire time? Maybe she even anticipated how Lenny and the others were going to act. Oh! Hey, hey! Ow!
Oh, shoot. Are you alright?
What the spark, bro?
Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going.
Bro, it's just me out here. How'd you run into me? But, my bad, bro.
Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On the house.
I don't want your paper. It looks kind of familiar for some reason. Is it that scar?
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Hold on, Paimon.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. All the extras will be useless come tomorrow anyway. It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew. I haven't had many takers today, so I'm still swimming in papers.
What's going on here?
Oh!
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually, so...
Huh.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora, it's just... I don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers.
What?
Here. Your payment.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out. Goodbye!
Yeah, stop running into people.
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Huh.
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer?
Paimon.
Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson on an empty stomach.
Huh. Looks like Paimon's trying to buy us more time. If we head back now, I doubt Lenny and the others will have made any progress. What should we do?
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless.
What? What? What?
That being said, I could be persuaded to give Lenny some extra time. I just have one condition.
What is it?
If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Clairvy, are you not? And my relationship to her.
Yeah?
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
You overestimate yourself.
Huh.
You don't have the talent for bad things.
Hey, just because you're right doesn't mean you can say that out loud.
Then what can you possibly...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so far.
Alright. What's your condition?
Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Oh. Man, listen. I just got goosebumps. This definitely seems like a pivotal moment. Foreshadowing. Oh boy. What's that phrase? Live long enough to become the villain. Is that my destiny?
Okay. Sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes? When is that supposed to be?
That is for you to decide.
Come on, man. Accept.
Then we have a deal. Follow me.
Oh, man. What did I just do, man? I'm pretty sure I just made a mistake. Actually, I can offer something else. So, Devastation has volunteered for the interrogation, so I tribute Devastation to you, Arlecchino. I done messed up, man. I done messed up. I don't know what I just agreed to. Oh, man. Oh, no. What have I agreed to? I done messed up, man.
Let's go get ourselves some answers.
Huh, actually, I wonder, can I level her up? Dang it!
Too slow.
Wait, how far away? What the, man, I'm not going, that is far.
Behold!
Everybody be cool. Oh, you know what? No, that's, I don't want Yolon. I have the Traveler right now.
Sure.
You're welcome.
The wind rises. Gather!
Look how pretty this is. Uh-oh.
Behold!
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more than a pile of rubble.
What happened?
No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you.
Story time?
It was before I became a Harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Why?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house.
I just want to make sure I'm processing this. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. And she was also Clairvy's mother, like blood mother, but was also the mother to all the children in the house because she was in charge. Okay.
Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all. It was a kind of purgatory.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title.
Dang.
It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than tools to be used and then discarded.
Wow. That's messed up.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened to her? You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter.
Dang.
She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother.
Wow.
To prove that she treated all her children equally. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruere.
Oh, Peruere.
Wait, the friend that Clairvy mentioned?
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now.
What's that supposed to mean?
Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded.
You were a cute little emo kid, weren't you, Knave?
Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clairvy longed for freedom, Peruere was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end.
Okay. Cut my life into pieces. Sorry.
Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Peruere that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed.
Noble.
There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will. Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night.
Aww.
She and Peruere would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
Oh no. What happened?
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruere weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as ever.
Wait, what?
It was during this time that Peruere suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies? Mother herself.
Yo, this is some like Game of Thrones stuff.
Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success. Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruere could see it written all over her face. Clairvy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross.
I mean, I get that. It is her mom, you know?
If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained.
Death.
Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruere. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. But ultimately, Clairvy decided to let Peruere end her life.
Okay, so don't make fun of me too much, but it was in this moment that I finally realized that Peruere is the knave. So just look, we all grasp things at different, points. Okay, we're all different. Shut up, leave me alone.
From that moment on, Peruere's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled, and there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was?
Killing the person at the very top?
Crucibina, you mean? But...
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared.
Dang.
The moment
Savage.
she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Peruere won the battle, and became a harbinger herself.
Oh.
After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
Arlecchino. Oh, I've been saying the name wrong this whole time. I've been saying Arlecchino. My bad. But seriously, what?
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. You're Peruere. Arlecchino is just a name you got later.
Yeah, way to figure that out so late in the game, Paimon. I didn't have secret visions that was depicting her past, so I put 2 and 2 together because of her incredibly unique appearance as an emo kid. What?
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father.
That's dumb. You should have stuck with mother. It's just weird.
And that is where the story ends. Any more questions?
Yeah, so the Clairvy we met, who is she exactly?
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy we met, was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin.
Well, dang, man. I hope no one says that about me.
You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume.
Oh, interesting.
Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy is a very special case.
It's like these demons follow her. You know how we always say we have like inner demons? This is kind of like that. So she can never forget the sins that she has committed.
Clairvy died when she was 16 years old. But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze as well. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years' worth, however, and it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up.
Interesting.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
But shouldn't we have been seeing her this whole time that Arlecchino has been around? Did I misunderstand something?
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house is impossible to escape. And it is this very perception that traps her there.
Oh, that's why we didn't see her unless we were in person.
But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
Okay, what?
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them.
She is a shadow.
I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run.
Is this really what you want to do?
I'm speaking!
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall.
What?
I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I gave your friends quite a bit more time. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see.
Oh boy.
Here they are, Father.
Ah, you gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me.
Cheese and rice.
Lenny!
Clairvy?
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time, but I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Hold on. What do you mean by that?
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished.
Hold on. Come on. We can talk about this.
Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
I mean, if the shoe fits.
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Fault? Whose fault? Oh, little kid.
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy.
Hold on. No one likes a snitch. Hey, shut this kid up.
Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
You little...
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
You can't trust kids.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things.
Oh.
After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father.
We got 3 snitches?
We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see any video footage, so, you know, honestly, you're a liar. It's what you are.
You little. You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings.
Bro.
A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place,
Wow.
This planned all along.
Wow. This is why we have trust issues.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today.
I should have let you.
If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules.
Nah, man.
I'm
Nah.
sorry.
Nah.
My hands are tied.
Nah. Nah, I'm not gonna forget this.
Why? Why?
I will haunt you.
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences.
Nah, you should run.
I'm sorry, Chapleau. Fultz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment.
No? You should run.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished?
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
Don't look sad. Little snitch.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father, please reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please.
Linny, you... I also agree with Linny.
My man, did you just grow a spine all of a sudden?
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way.
What?
Draw your weapons and face me.
What?
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished.
Heart of the cards, heart of the cards, heart of the cards. Wrong franchise?
However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
So, do we have time to prepare? Like, you know, a couple years? You just need a couple years of training?
Wait. Beat Father in a duel?
Now it's not the time for anxiety.
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Lenny.
Shut up, snitch! Oh boy.
Did you hear that, Traveler?
Yeah, we were all here, Pieman.
Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that?
Probably
if
not.
we lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey, are you listening?
Shut up, Pieman! I'm thinking! Is executing them really what she wants?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Back then, she never actually answered my question. But that makes the answer pretty obvious, doesn't it? Wait a second.
Looking at that expression on her face, she seems
Switzerland.
really serious about this.
Nah, I am
That
not.
means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
I am not America. I do not get involved with everyone else's affairs. That's what I would like to say, but I'll volunteer. There's no way the navel is a purpose. Although,
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
that situation came a lot faster than I thought it would.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Shut up, Pyman! I'm acting.
Traveler?
Yeah? Look, I got my dull blade. You ready for this? I'm ready. My dull blade and I, we're about to kill it. All right?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
Shut up, Pyman! If that's okay.
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
This is funny. I'm about to fight Arlecchino. Okay. Me and my dull blade? Really? Yeah, that's gonna go well. That's gonna go super well. I'm running! I don't want to do this! No! Oh! What do you mean I'm stuck?
Running is of little use.
Wait!
Closer now.
Ow, ow, ow. Okay, that hurt. That hurt. All right. You know what? All right, yeah, thanks, lady! Thanks for nothing!
Is it my turn now?
Jesus, right. Oh! Hey!
This is order.
Yeah, you take Zhongli's pole. Yeah, hey, what was that? What, are you phasing? What, what is that? Hey, cut that out! Ow!
Is it my turn now? With these
Come on!
rising
Wait, what are you doing? What are you? Oh! What was that?
Remember, health comes first.
Health comes first! Come on now! I should have picked a different team.
Is it my
This is not,
turn?
I don't think this is the right team. This is... Get in gear! Are you helping me? Ow!
Go!
If you're helping me, I'm not noticing! Ow, hey!
Order guide you.
Ha ha ha!
rising
Take that!
flames. How amusing.
Oh, you're not too bad. You're not really doing anything to me.
Running is a little
Ha! Take that! That! And that! Ow.
down has begun.
You put that wing away.
Have a taste of purgatory.
After clearing a bond of life. Wait, what? I didn't read it! I didn't read it! What was that? Hey! Oh.
On the gale.
Hey, could you stop doing that? Oh, what was that? Ow! Uh-oh. Hey, get this X off me. Hey. Ow, come on! Oh.
Is it my turn now?
Oh, look, you're already halfway. You're weak.
Look at you. Trapped like a bunch of helpless ants.
You're washed. Ow! Okay, I'm not watching. I'm sorry. I just got, I just gotta give it to my... Hey, come on. Stop that. Meteor! Ha, 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 ha. Take my pole.
Squall and fury.
Ha, ha.
Now's our chance.
Clear the bond of life and use the charge attack to interrupt blood type banquet.
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
What are you doing? Oh, what was that? Ow. Okay, cut that out. Thank you. Come on. You're about to die. Wow, you didn't really do anything. Wait. Nani! Hey, look, I was kidding. I was kidding about the trash talk earlier. You know, come on. No, you didn't say there was gonna be multiple. Oh! What was that? Ow! Cheese and rice!
Blade is all that remains.
That hurt!
Bombs away!
Oh, hey, oh! Hey, ow! Come on, ow! Would you calm down, please? Thank you. Can I switch party members? You can't catch me up here. Oh wait, I'm dying. Wow, I'm dying. I'm dying a lot. Okay. What? Oh! What's that?
Punishment made manifest.
Who's next? Now's our chance. Over here.
Nitty! What was that? Traveler! Oh! He got killed in one hit! What the sport? Hey! Oh! What is that? Oh! What? Traveler! Hey! Come on! I'm sorry. Oh! Okay. All right. That is not okay. Where's the bottle of life and use our attack to interrupt blood tide banquet? Okay. All right. Whatever. Wanderer! No! You're my DPS! Wait a second! I didn't mean it! I was joking earlier! Now's our chance! I'm a dead man, Lenny! Where are you? What are you doing? Nothing! I'm gonna die. Ah! 83 seconds! That's an eternity! I'm supposed to last that long? What the sport? Okay. You know, I'm not... That's right! Take that, dual blade! Fremini! That's what I'm talking about!
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Uh-oh. Run!
Oh, I know.
What?
No!
Shadow Clone Jutsu?
I'm sorry, Father!
Look at that coordinated attack! That's what I'm talking about!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Uh-oh. Whoa! Hey, come on! Wait! Be cool. Hey! Not the kids! Come on! Not the kids! Not...
Father, no!
Come on, Double Blade! That's what I'm talking about! Take this!
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
Ha ha! Oh. What just happened?
A crimson moon?
This is like Raiden.
I can't move.
What? Hey, wait!
Still, not strong enough to beat me.
Knew I should have upgraded my dual blade.
I I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
I know she was worried. She was obviously worried I was going to win.
Brother, are you all right?
Lenny.
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
Uh-oh.
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away.
Oh, wow.
If you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization.
Dang. But you get to live.
In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house, and give you a new identity.
Wow. So that means the young man that I thought looked familiar, the one selling newspapers outside the Palais Mermonia, he must have been the same horror we saw on the list of executions. He wasn't killed at all.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
Huh. No. My understanding of the knave is right. She really thinks of that as killing him. The horror that lived in the House of the Hearth is dead. The one that remains is simply a normal person living out his life with his beloved. Even so, it's much better than actually ending their lives.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
Stop questioning it.
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so, I won't have to live in fear anymore. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Fultz, Elwar, take them back to Poisson. And bring Linny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours.
What?
Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father.
Wow.
Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Lemmy. I'll help you walk back.
Bro.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up?
Aww.
Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
Neither. You died, Clairvy.
Dang.
That's what happened.
I mean, I guess there's no easy way to say it.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's done speechless.
This really is Clairvy's younger self. Then I would say she's probably had enough lies.
Oh. Okay then.
Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that?
Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me.
Wow.
Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
Well, are you sure about that?
You never stopped trying to defy fate.
Ugh.
At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors.
Wow.
Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die."
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end. And I always hoped that person would be you.
Wow. That's really sad.
If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Iudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past.
Wow. That's what that meeting was about.
Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for.
What?
You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too.
What?
I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
I can do that.
Really?
Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight.
That's right. I'm fine. So why don't we talk about the land of Animo? Nation of Freedom!
You know, I used to dream of being a bard.
Like Venti?
Playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what.
Well, how about the land of Geo? Nation of contracts.
Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before.
Yeah.
If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother.
I can't do this.
It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, well, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I guess I'd just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day.
That's right. That's right, you can. Well, let me tell you about the Nation of Eternity.
Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like?
Well...
I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face. Are there any yokai like that?
Yup.
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yup, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they look.
Then now, I'm gonna tell you about the Nation of Wisdom.
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying.
Yeah, probably. Don't see why not.
I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty great.
I guess it is. Didn't think about it like that. You tell Clairvy all about the various nations you visited. Eventually the conversation returns to
The
Fontaine.
situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to have to stand trial at the Opera Epicles.
Oh no! That must have been hard for all of you. What happened next?
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly. All thanks to Detective Paimon, of course.
Where did that come from?
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Okay, so it was like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed to the scene and...
Clairvy is listening really intently to Paimon's story about our time in Fontaine. She seems really happy, like all her troubles have been forgotten. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been able to truly relax, but I'm not sure how long this moment can last.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time.
As time passes, she'll probably forget everything we've told her and go back to being that scared little girl who could only hide in the shadows. Huh? I was so busy thinking I almost didn't notice. The sun has risen.
Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well?
That's right.
Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me.
She died.
Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Oh no.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filial and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'Été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
And you're a snitch.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning, from the very moment she suggested a duel.
What? Really?
I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities.
Does that mean Lenny has to kill Arlecchino?
Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish.
Wow. That's something we should all remember.
The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down. Protecting my family at all costs, that's my conviction.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us.
Oh boy, that better not be the prey.
At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment.
I'll remember how my dull blade failed. As usual.
No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Huh. Wow. Come on over to Twitch if you want to see the actual stream. I think we did it. We did it. Before I say anything, let's fast track to 2 days later.
and Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Bouffe d'été? Oh, Paimon wonders how they're doing. Maybe we should go check on them.
Fine. Cheese and rice. We won't talk about the Wanderer being dead. We're not talking about that, okay? Leave me alone. It was rough.
Lynette, Fremine, how are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief.
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
Yep, I'm bright as rain.
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days. I couldn't even turn over. Oh, and I wanted to ask, is Clairvy gone?
Yeah.
Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
Her wish has been fulfilled.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crucibina and Clairvy. Actually, I've met Crucibina before.
Really?
Wait, what? You've met the former knave?
Crucibina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth. Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, the atmosphere in the house was suffocating. When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone. Crucibina never talked about the past with us newcomers.
Wow.
A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clairvy included, were lost to the flames, along with the painful memories they represented.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crucibina or Clairvy.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crucibina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. To say that she valued them in any way, even just as a tool, would probably be giving her too much credit. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
Yeah, I don't think about that.
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay. Because this is our home. We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave. But as long as Father is here, we will always have a home.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way.
Man, something tells me next time I meet these people, they're gonna be enemies.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Just invite us back as guests. We'll call it even.
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Are Filial and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy.
Good.
If I had to take a guess, I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished for.
Good. Wow. And with that, we have done it. We finished Arlecchino Story Quest in the same stream. Woo! Love it! We had a mission and we accomplished it. Now, to talk about this quest. My goodness. Most of y'all probably didn't see the beginning yet because that was recorded offline. But it seems like y'all got to see the meat of it. The best part of the story. What did y'all think? That was incredible, right? Yes, absolutely. I like Arlecchino. We're not going to talk about the fact that I've been saying her name wrong this whole time. But those cutscenes were epic. And she is just as strong as we had hoped she would be. She was so strong that the Traveler at this point in his journey could not handle her. His dull blade was exactly that. Okay. So we need to upgrade. All right. We need a sharp blade. So hopefully the next time we run into her, blade won't be so dull. Know what I mean? Just gotta sharpen it. That's all we had to do. Just sharpen it. But man, that's I loved it. I really thought something was gonna happen between Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine. And again, no one likes a snitch. So I'm never gonna forget that little kid. You know, trying to act like he can help me when I'm injured. Like, hey, I'll help you. I'm like, no, you won't. Hey, you gonna let me fall. That's what he's gonna do. You gotta sharpen the tip, that's right. So you got goosebumps several times? That's what I'm talking about. Hopefully we had some people that got to see this maybe get a little more inspiration or motivation to try out this game. It's fine if that's not the case, because we're just gonna keep trying. You will come to the dark side. You will join the House of the Hearth. Anyways, this story, again, was another testament on how incredible the storytelling of Genshin Impact is. They are able to convey a story that has you going from A to Z when it comes to the emotions. You go from, you know, not being able to stand a character, to being confused about this character, to feeling for this character, to then loving this character. Sometimes all in the same quest. It's crazy. And now she's a weekly boss. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, no, absolutely not. Let's see, that's what I like to see. Sarah was playing it. But with that being said, I do have to go. So, please be on the lookout for this content on TikTok for the cinematics, and the full quest will be on YouTube soon enough. And please let me know if you experienced this quest. What were your thoughts? Do you still like Arlecchino? And are you looking forward to the future content of Genshin Impact? Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you all. I'll see you next time.